2020 going.
After 2020, the
wind coming. I'm telling you something. There is a wind coming.
Wow.
And it's not 2019. It will begin after 2020 going.
After 2020, there's a wind coming.
There's a wind coming. The Arab uprising is coming.
Here.
It's coming. It's coming.
By the youth.
It's coming not just to Ghana, West Africa, all over. If we don't do something, if we don't give them hope, that's why I'm going back to the schools.
Speak to them.
And I'm engaging the youth again. Because if we don't give them hope and a sense of direction, the most dangerous thing in life is to fight somebody who has nothing to lose. They don't have wives, they don't have children, they don't have cars, they don't have lands, they have no hope, nothing to live for. They don't mind dying.
So our politics is treading on dangerous grounds.
It is. Africa. Because I see it everywhere. And it's very scary and very worrying. That
will the wind start from Ghana?
I don't know, but it's coming to West Africa.
After 2020?
Yeah, after 2020 going, 2021, 2022, 3, 4 going, if something don't change to give the youth hope, I'm telling you, and I'm speaking.
Do you think this 25-year plan will work?
It will work if only our leaders, especially former presidents and the leaders of today, will come together and say, hey, let's take hold of our country. Let's do something, because this party politics, as much as it's democracy and it works, we have to do it in the context of what works with our tradition. You know, and if we don't look at it carefully, it will create an atmosphere that the countries of Africa will become very difficult to govern. Africa will become very difficult to govern. It will create an atmosphere that the countries of Africa will become very difficult to govern.
Africa has the largest proportion of the youth population the world over. But a survey or a scan across the continent, they do not have any hope in the continent. You realize there's one more kasa, and same pia more can say if push comes to shove. So munya akonya bise omu to a free. Omu maimua. Nothing will stop them. The saddest aspect is that it's not as if so omu kwa samba. Call catch us or baby. Because if we've been practicing democracy for 30 years, a generation, maybe. Now, yentimi into an amount, we've not made any substantial move towards establishing a system that caters for everybody's need. Now akwakunya an environment. So otiho na odini juma nko ade a ne kakra wa ewo se wonya na somdwono enya fei na bribia oba adwuma oba bedi traffic mu bosome so a enya fei na adwuma wura ebeye kominini na so timinya sika ne bi de to ne ho de tena ho onya sika ne bi de manifia obisa say why should I come? And I was watching a video on TikTok. Abrante Oyagana ni nana wako owo mze owo Ohio sehemfa America kruba kono so But na wɔka sɛ ne nyɔnko bi busa ne sɛ ayɛ na wɔn a wɔaba abɛtena aburokyire no wɔn ka kyerɛ wɔn te Ghana ne sɛ aburokyire tena ɛɛdene ɛna ɔse sɛ aburokyire tena no ɛɛdene a ɛnea yɛn a yɛte kurom ha no yɛntu ɛmfiri kurom ha ne yɛnkɔ yɛ kurom ɛwɔ Ghana ne yɛnkɔ tena hɔ because yɛsi aha ɛɛdene ɛnea yɛntu mfiri a ne yɛnkɔ tena hɔ ɔse ɛhɔ wɔn na ɛseɛ. There is nothing like afei na you pay up. There is not, you don't pay anything up front. Credit system yɛ adwuma. Aha. Oh, we university 2, 3, 4, 5 years no. Ma mbisa wo wanya adwuma bi yɔ. Agosi. Wa media no for how long? 16 years ni. Ya boss at table tennis. Na would koniaba. You I have some talent. Uncle bet me at Chihuahua say, look, I'm grooming you. I am investing in you. Because I know says mimi ni wa ebia betimi de dwumadi na media no. Obi aye obi sa. Obi anya obi sa. Ye jawa brabo ma meboa. Se for ti pimpim. Se ye ma wa ye ama. But we have not deliberately sat down to have a holistic approach to dealing with issues. National Youth Authority, and they have the youth policy, and then the National Youth Authority. A good afternoon going out to Ora Payasana Majide. National Youth Authority, and you know. If indeed, you are implementing youth policy to ensure that the youth in this country are economically empowered. We don't just want any form of empowerment. It's not about any form of empowerment. We want them to be economically empowered. If they're economically empowered, they will be able to contribute to the growth and development of the economy.
Happy 98.
We want the youth to be economically empowered. If they are empowered in that sense, in that regard, the other forms of empowerment will come by themselves. But an emabunu ni adwuma we are school, masters, degrees, certificates, postgraduate certificates. Ebinumu wo nimdia pa in entrepreneurship. Ebinumu start your businesses. They want little fundings. Ebinum menka say abayanu nyo. Abayanu yebi. Tie. Abayanu oyebi. But in pempi no abayanu yo ano awoyo no. Yen seda enhunu sunsansu efiri mu ba. And we have to be frank with our own selves. There have been a lot of policies that have been implemented by government. As we speak now, there have been a lot of and I mean, you can't run away from the fact. But let's do an analysis of the impact of these policies on the policies targeted. Coming out with a policy is one thing. The policy being sustainable is another. And the policy yielding impact is another. Entiane, yasi ya the YES scheme saba, yasi ya the NIEP, diaba, yasi ya the wayaba. What have been the impacts of all of these policies on the youth? On the youth. There is a data say in the next 50 years, let's say in the next 30 years, more than half of the world's youthful population will be on the continent of Africa. So it means that if you are a government and you are planning with the youth in mind. ye bibia ebeboa se mabunu no, you empower them economically. Captain Captain Ibrahim Traore meboa. What did you say? 31. Me can Alan Esri. Captain Traore we did 31 years. 31. Abrantia now no what diku na name in. And I'm saying say look, me san kabio say empanyimfo mesremo a yes say ukoto say obi abodwe say ehia. Enkosansuo nsi wodi ehu fa wodi ne kunu nsuo num. Ene asemba akwa oka, and it's been widely reported by a lot of these international media outlets. Mokase or say things have delayed for a very long time in Burkina Faso, and that he's urged the government, the minister said, "Wamumo omuhumoden say wombetimi abo aye ema on the front of the economy, the health, education, the social systems are a wo aye omani muono yebetimi ama ne homene so said ya beya timamufu a womuti omani mu a na nka omo ho etete womunti aku ne ba ye de edikan no ene omo ho betimi aha wom." And it's the same across the West African side. Nigeria is the same. Unemployment situation is the same. If you happen to go to Liberia, it's the same. Sierra Leone is the same. Archbishop Duncan Williams, I can't say. And see, I'm not. And you see, sometimes I am sembi say ba. I am sempanyin for no fa no mudidi juma. And I'm not the one saying it. Our Interior Minister Ram Busderi, I can Babeka say, one of our threats to our security is youth unemployment. And we are in a region where security has been very volatile over a long period of time now. We've had a Islamic insurgency in some countries. Nigeria, we have Burkina Faso. At a point in time, Togo reported. There is some in Mali. There is some in somewhere around Niger. Niger, the Tuaregs. So the situation in the West African sub-region, security situation, is very volatile.
98.9 FM.
And mpenyimfo se minyawa meye no ayede. What down hoso? Down hoso with your youth. Because enkomra nyinaa eba digidi a why na wo kwa consulting nyama bunu na beko kwa consulting. What is happening in Russia is an example. Conscription mabunu ni bi edwane afiro akọ Poland ni other adjoining countries ni gidi a 60 years and above, 50 years and above dia no betimi aye. Empower them economically. Empower them economically. Empower the youth. Empower us economically. Yeah, say betimi ne Owura Adib Sani, or security expert. Betimi ne din komo kakra fans and some ekoso wo Burkina Faso ni ho a. Owura Adib, ye mo hamu akwa baba pa ho da benzo awie.
Yeah.
Na ye nwane anaze ye ntena ha.
Ye ntena ha, menya.
Emie mo hu ana
Because you journey you new baby you beko Ghana you adia you only Ghana baby a wo a wo be refugee right sir we enjoy unya no biom so we the new option bia yentina ha and ensure say Ghana or man Ghana e beko ini.
Pacho mama mi say odi akoso wo Burkina Faso yi. How concerned should we be as a country?
Oh, very concerned because you say terrorist group almost take advantage of insecurity to establish foothold. 2004, U.S. Department of State strategy, it was, I think, one of the first documents HSR, and since then, a number of countries are more insecurities. Mostly terrorist group almost take advantage. And I think I also Burkina Faso is also demonstrative about one fact, the fact that terrorists, they are winning the war against the government of Burkina Faso, which are for the past few years, Omar conquer a lot of territory. Burkina Faso, and until a soldier for no because that was a very fair reason. Your friend is saying, President Roch Kabore. Okay. Unfortunately, still issues are the same issues until now. Theory or no, a captain and or a member of Cobra units. Cobra units, no, the elite units are and they've also decided to take over. So one thing is for sure, the fact that terrorists conquer Burkina Faso, definitely littorals, including Ghana, very next. Even though say already in the past they've attacked a number of countries at the Gulf of Guinea.
And this, what do we do as we speak now? Because some of you within the area of security, the likelihood say sa enieme ebebre aseno is very low. Means ebekoswa going into 20, 23, 24, 25, 26. What do we do as a state?
Well, we need to invest more in countering terrorism. And however, addressing the structural issues. I mean, as a student of terrorism, meaning, say, mostly terrorists feed on the local grievances. For example, Ejuma Neo, government services not getting to the masses, poverty, corruption, when drives, are the driving forces behind terrorism. So if you think that, say, the only way out, and soldier bombing, air raids, then I'm sorry to say it cannot work. Operation Bakan, MINUSMA, Takuba, Joint Task Force, G5 Accra Initiative, all of operations will to what end when the terrorists are still winning. So the focus has been too much of a militarized posture instead of approaching it from the human insecurities. And trust me, Minia, in as much as me are very concerned about, and this is very important, because I am taking notes of issue, in as much as me are concerned about external threats, yes, Rose, Ebimu would come from somewhere and attack us. The most serious issues we need to be scared of, and na internal issues, The level of corruption, the level of unaccountability, deep unemployment, abuse of power, and the over 350 land and chieftaincy disputes, including Bokunu, poses a bigger threat to us.
Over 350 land disputes.
Land and chieftaincy disputes. Ghana. So all of these, if we don't take care, the problems with terrorism ever emanated from Ghana instead of say ever free baby.
Some are saying, say, what happened in Mali, what happened in Guinea, in one way or the other, has emboldened a lot of Amanfua who have divergent views from Omubu or mine within the West African sub-region. Do you buy into that particular theory?
Can you come again?
Me say, some are arguing said the SC or Burkina Faso It's as a result of what happened in Guinea, what has happened in Mali. One more yes, and as a situation said that encoma omuninti. And within the past 2 years or 2.5, 3 years, we've seen 2 coups d'etats in Burkina Faso. Do you buy into that argument?
Well, the thing is, there were small, little differences between the countries. However, there were cross-cutting issues. Okay, affect Ethiopia. Particularly the rising cost of living and corruption, is quite pervasive in a lot of these countries. Okay, including other countries are or more experiencing coups in recent times. And then I see, hey, you guys better open your eyes and keep your ears to the ground. Okay. However, a Bebre is copycat in nature because it has happened in one country. They feel say they can also copy and make it happen in another country. And these countries, it's much more easier to stage coups because already democratic institutions, and Shadan Nihosa, they don't have strong democratic institutions, so it's very easy to stage coups. So what I say, and very, very important. We address these socio-economic issues because a lot of the problems are cross-cutting and common in all of these countries.
Well, what do you make of DSC or Mali, DSC or Guinea, ECOWAS response to that? Do you have a feeling, sir, in any way, it will further embolden others to take similar steps?
There's no denying that fact. ECOWAS, to be honest with you, Mama loses our respect, in the eyes of a lot of ECOWAS citizens. ECOWAS as more like a president's club instead of representing the interest of ECOWAS citizens. And or more template, anytime there's a coup, would release, condemning it. After the release, extraordinary summit be. After the extraordinary slapping some sanctions, there is more like a slap on the wrist. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Look, ECOWAS summits are home here crying in and I've always indicated as so-called sanctions it will not help. In the end, Mali almost hold elections within a year, and I said, look, it's not possible. Almost it's possible, we put pressure on them. In the end, ECOWAS lost because ECOWAS had to give in to the Malian junta. Okay, so because of loss of confidence, any trust, you don't even fear. In the past, maybe ECOWAS or take action, but for now, it looks like it's a free for all. It's our country and we can do as we like. Currently, as we said, Mali, French. Now they've invited the Russians to fill the vacuum operation, the Wagner Group.
Yes.
Central African Republic, almost Russians.
Yes.
Burkina Faso say, almost demonstrate, almost Russians, almost French. That's what I say. Because of schools, it's creating a lot of tension within the sub-region. Currently, as we speak, about 30 Ivorian soldiers have been arrested in Mali on suspicion of being mercenaries. Because, meanwhile, UN almost supporting, team for UN staff in Mali, and also unnecessary pressure. Terrorist group almost take advantage of the disunity to, enjoy a fool's day. So when say Ghana is really on the brink, okay, and it's very important. Say you better put in place the necessary protocols, and most importantly, work closely with civil society organizations, okay, to see how collectively they better improve the border security, which I must say remains one huge stumbling block so far as countering terrorists is concerned. And another very critical issue, I think largely Boku remains the weakest link so far as countering violent extremism in Ghana is concerned. Because of the violent and vicious nature of Boko conflict, terrorist elements would easily fit in. Because okay, between which and which people, okay, you best support too, but you would give us shelter. And that is it. Because in the past, police for almost letter Bima Upper East Regional Command, almost they saw some individuals and they were on their way back to Burkina. So you're careful, and national security for they shouldn't be shy to approach us with support to the best of our ability. Absolutely.
All right, Deep San, I know I say yes, I'll give Rennie Dean Comoy Pahua Benjamin Diesel. Deep Sunny, or a security expert, one now takes no action como el hono, or say, irrespective of the fact, say, yes, the outside element and as the outside factors, and you may be to me a frabonting about the high and el hono, or no dear a cow, no quananka near me a woman mua, a bit to me abwa ama sans and semi be a coson and companion for and your margin. So, many civil society organizations, a bishia, no matter quanquam befaswa. To me, I deal with some of these issues, and some of these issues now maybe also corruption, unemployment, inequity and inequality, and they, my chrono, a timono, yeah, young Cassa,